Oh, she's talking about the fluff inside her Crocs and the hay. I literally just hit record. Welcome back. Liz filled in for me yesterday because I had to take Quinn to the hospital. You saw that 150-degree temperature is not concerning, I guess, to the ER. So come to find out, it's actually not. It's coming down pretty hard now. It's raining, and I'm trying to record. Here, I'll steal Tyler's garage space where he built his tractor that was just sold in the auction. So yeah, to make a long story short, while you guys were on the auction on Sunday, Quinn was spiking fevers in like the 102 range, and his heart rate was getting up there. Like, we monitored it on a Fitbit, which by the way are not completely accurate. We monitored it on that Fitbit and saw spikes into the 150 range and resting heart rates in like the 110, 120 range. And he was even going into the 140s while he was sleeping. So that's the body's way to regulate a fever. They were like, that's kind of normal for a 10-year-old fighting a fever. So we were like, all right, this is interesting, because he just did his run for cross country on Thursday and pushed himself real hard.
Quinny! Come on, Quinn! Push deep, kid! You're doing it! You're almost done! Push, push, push! Woo!
And then Friday night is when he was complaining of chest pains. And then Saturday during the Q&A, he was comfortable. He had his Tylenol and Motrin and all that stuff. He was doing okay. But when I woke up Sunday morning, I'm like, he's still hitting high 140s, low 150s on this heart rate. His temperature is still in the 100, 102 range. So I Tylenol and Motrin to him again. And then we didn't play any games. With the family heart history, with Dad and my brother and myself, I just took him up to Children's. They did an EKG, beautiful, perfectly clean, and they checked COVID. They checked for the flu, all negative. So the kid is good. He's back on the couch resting with his Tylenol and his Motrin and his little horse that he puts in his mouth that you can see here at the hospital. And then I'll even try to find an old picture of him super little, and if I found it, it's gonna go right there. He's had that horse forever. I think Liz talked about it on the Q&A, his little lovey, like what some kids have blankets. He brought a blanket too to the ER. But we were in and out, they were good. And I hate having to go to the ER, but I just couldn't, that heart rate was really, maybe the Fitbit was giving me too much data that I didn't need to know, which we did find out. At the hospital, we compared, it's windy, I was just looking around. We compared his actual heart rate on their machine was 99, I think, 99, and the Fitbit was saying 109, so it was off by 10. So that's not too bad. It's a little bit of a guide. It's just when you look, by the way, this new hat, for those of you in the auction, I'm not a fan of it yet. It's gonna take some time. We're gonna have to like throw it on the ground and step on it, like get it like really worn in, you know, it's too new. But yeah, he'll be good. I don't know what else I was supposed to talk about today. I really don't. No. It's all, this Quinn thing just really got us going. And we were like, oh man. So he's gonna take tomorrow off, or today off. I don't know what day I'm posting this, so it's gonna be off. We're gonna do some Chinese food on Sunday Chinese food day. We're trying real hard to get back to that old, like when I was little, I remember we went to church, and then after church, we usually went to my mom's house. So that would be Vovo for you Portuguese people. That's V-O-V-O without the squiggly lines over the O's. The V-O-V-O with the squiggly lines over the O's is Vuvu, and that would be your grandfather. Look at that, you guys learned something today. Those of you in Fall River didn't learn anything, you know that. Inside joke for you Portuguese villagers. We used to go there, and she would, freaking Grandma Vovo, Vuvu, right? Vuvu would run over to the Portuguese bakery and get the old bread for the pigeons that he used to feed. Yep, in the backyard. And he'd pick up new bread, too, for the family. And then Vovo would be cooking dinner at like 10 o'clock in the morning for like a 2 o'clock, everybody's back from church kind of family thing. So we're trying here, in this little group of us 6 and Grams, we're trying Yes, that was just an itch. That was not a stressful take the hat off thing. We're trying to get back to at least one meal a week with all 7 of us, aiming for the weekends at some point when life calms down. So today is Chinese food day. What do you order when you order Chinese food? Put it in the description below, not the description, the comments below. Put it in the comments. What's your favorite Chinese food thing to order when you need some Chinese food? We're doing a little bit of General Tso's chicken. We'll do a chicken and broccoli. We're very chicken heavy. There might be Jake likes orange chicken. I don't know if we're doing that. I think Grams is doing shrimp fried rice. We kind of put it out buffet style. My phone is actually blowing up with text messages right now in our group chat. Quinn was the picker this week. So last week was Olivia. She was chicken, mashed potatoes, and corn. The week before that, I cooked, and I can't remember what it was. I just made it up. And this week it was Quinn. So now we're going in age order. So next week is Tyler. You got to watch out for him. He'll be like, I want prime rib. And I'll be like, nope, not happening. Ground beef is what you get. So yeah, that's our plan to try, some of that basic family dinner time stuff. Just getting back to the basics, I guess. What else? Goat Snuggles coming up. Oh, we didn't sell it. We didn't sell the Snuggle Pass. And we didn't sell the experience, the baby experience. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. Liz is not around. If you really think you might want a Snuggle Pass, we're only giving out one, or an experience, and the auction's over, you know roughly the price if you were around. If you don't know the price, then you have no idea what I'm talking about, and you could just keep watching. For those insiders that know what I'm talking about, shoot us an email and say, hey, I missed it in the auction. It's now December or early January. You guys haven't really said any. I think I want one if it's still available. And maybe we'll pull it off because it would be super cool for one of you. All right. I might even later today. I'm not sure. This is a food day. It's Sunday. It's food day. Food day's. Oh, another food story on a Sunday. Ready? Here you go. Mom and I used to go to Costco's or BJ's or one of those big wholesale clubs, and we'd buy a whole bunch of food, right? And then we'd come home and we wouldn't be able to fit it in the freezer. So what did you have for dinner? All the stuff that couldn't fit, but not the new stuff that you bought, the old stuff. You had to pull stuff out of the, you had the weirdest meal that day because it was literally clean your freezer dinner day. Like it could have been anything. And that old Cool Whip container is not Cool Whip. It was filled with like frozen peas. Yep, Liz got, that was it was free Tupperware. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you know. The old Cool Whip container turned into frozen peas. But if you remember a couple weeks ago, and then I'm gonna wrap this up, we went catfishing because I'm just blabbering. We went catfishing. I'll throw another picture over my face here. And that catfish is defrosting, but we decided to do Chinese food for kind of a lunch, 1, 2 o'clock-ish. So now tonight, when I'm hungry again at like 6, 7, 8, who knows? The deep fryer, make some catfish. And if I did and it came out good, that picture will be here too, and I'll see you guys again. Quinn is fine, and oh yes, the Tooth Fairy also showed up, gave him $5. Good, because she was 5 days late. See you tomorrow. Bye.